Brought to you by Blackmagic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. Blackmagicdesign.com. The Tonkawa Film Festival, celebrating short films from around the world. Tonkawafilmfestival.com. And by Dehancer. Use the promo code RABBIT to receive 10% off Dehancer products. Dehancer.com.
This next movie is a quirky Celtic comedy, I'm going to call it. And it also, I believe it also won a prize at Sundance, the Next Innovator Prize. And it's a film called The Incomer. And when I first saw this, I kind of scratched my head and was like, what? But it's the tale of these two siblings, Isla and Sandy, played by Gayle Rankin and Grant O'Rourke. It's a small island off the coast of Scotland that they live, and except for them, it's completely uninhabited. It's like them and birds, and that's it. And they've been living there together for about 30 years since their parents passed away. And we do learn more about them as the film, progresses. And the title, The Incomer, refers to anyone who dare invade their island, which they have sworn to murder, like instantly. They were going to defend their island no matter what the cost may be. And one day, a bureaucrat shows up, played by Domhnall Gleason, whose name I can never pronounce correctly. I don't have that Irish thing. But anyway, he shows up. He's also playing Scottish in this. And he's this awkward bureaucrat who has been sent by some Scottish government office to tell them that they are on this land illegally and they have 10 days to vacate the island. They'll relocate you. They'll give you another place on the mainland, but you can't be here. And these people who have been there for 30 years, they don't know anything else but island life. They've never seen the internet. They don't have TV. I don't even think they have like electricity or running water. Maybe they have electricity, but it's very sparse up there. And the film is largely a three-hander between these three actors on the island. And Gleason is fantastic. I don't know if you've ever seen Frank of Ireland. It's him and his brother, and his brother plays Frank, and he plays a character called Doofus. And it's really quirky and very funny. Here, he's like this quirky, awkward guy, and he's like, at first, he's just trying to get them not to kill him. Like he comes there. And what I loved about the film, because I didn't know what to expect, I don't, like you, I don't really go into these things with a lot of info. Mm-hmm. I like kind of going in pretty blind. And but from the first frame of the movie, the first shot, you're like, oh, okay, this is going to be offbeat and funny and weird.
Innovative.
And yeah, but it's a lot of fun. I don't want to go in too much detail. But there are weird rituals these people have made up. There are just like, there's things they've never seen. And because they've been on the island a really long time, the girl kind of hallucinates every once in a while. And she makes up stories about what happened to their dad and what their history is, because they were, kids when their parents died, and they just kind of raised themselves. So it's a really interesting sort of sociology experiment. And then it does kind of raise questions of like, should these people be allowed to live here? Like, this is all they know. Are you doing them? Is it like, is it almost criminal to take them off of this island and throw them into mainland life that they're not prepared for at all?
Yeah. Like, do they need to be saved from themselves, or are they?
They're just fine. Like they are lonely, and all they have is each other. And, they've never, like, she's never kissed a boy before. And, like, they fight all the time, like sometimes physically, and it's hilarious. But like Gleason gets in there and he's like trying to really like just kind of, well, not get, killed and eaten or whatever he thinks they're going to do to him. And at one point he starts telling them stories that are sort of loosely based on Lord of the Rings, and he tries to convince him at one point he's a wizard and he has magical powers. He doesn't know what these people believe. And there's sort of like a whole interesting like folklore that they've built around their situation. and it's fascinating. And they use, like, she tells these tales, and like they use like animation and stuff to show what she's talking about. It's really inventive. And I saw the Q&A that they had play after the movie, and apparently the director had been working on this for 10 years.
Wow.
And just kind of developing it and trying to get it made. His name is Louis Paxton. I wasn't familiar with his work, but it's one of those films that has a particular tone, and it just like nails it, and it doesn't waver, but it also gives you comedy and tragedy at the same time. Very, very Celtic, very, there's something about movies from the UK that are sadly funny and at times. And at one point, you do, it's like, oh my God, is somebody going to die? Is somebody going to get seriously hurt? Or, what's going to happen? Is this going to turn out to be tragic? Because anything can happen in this movie, which is what I loved about it. It was totally unpredictable. Because you've seen comedies before. You're like, okay, this is the part where he gets the girl and then he loses the girl. And you're just kind of counting the comedy tropes until the end, until the climax. But this one really kind of, had some really fun, interesting curveballs in it that you couldn't do if it was just like normal people in New York City, But yeah, I liked it a lot. I think it was my favorite of the festival, and I don't know where it's coming out or where it's going to be, but I definitely recommend it.
This is the BTRP Media Network.